One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, I'm not checking my mic. That's the score it's going to be today. 1 to City, 2 to United. You heard me call it yesterday. This is the warm-up for every United TV. It's Derby Day. Come on, United. Here we go. Get your thoughts in the live chat, everybody. Let me know what you're thinking. It is purely match day-based content right now. No comments about anything else. We don't care about other news. It's all focused on game day and the Manchester derby. A big one. Ruben Amorim's first, of course, as well at the football club. He's already got Pep's number. We know this. Can he implement any of that strategy into this Man United side? There is mixed thoughts on what is going to happen today with the United fan base. I feel like in this chat alone, just on this show, we're going to have the positives, the overly positives. We're going to have the negative Nancy's. We're bound to get them in that just don't think that this team can do anything. And we've got the stuck in between us. And they're the ones that we're going to try and convince within this show as to what is going to happen. Honestly, we can say whatever we want. We're going to talk through everything that could possibly happen, the team lineup, who we might pick, who is going to have a big impact on a certain part of this game today, who might work best in certain situations for United, how we stop City playing. All of that rolled into one show will convince you one way or the other. 5 minutes into the game, that plan goes right out the window. We know what United are like, don't we? We know, and we can usually gauge how a game is going to go. This is massive. This is big, not just because it's a Manchester derby, but Ruben Amorim is under pressure. You talk about how hard the games are that are coming up. We can't even think that way. Himself, Ruben Amorim, has already said, we need to be thinking about going into this game and how we win this game. Not about trying to stop City. Not about our appalling record, in fact, against top 6 sides in the Premier League alone, which is shocking and needs to change today, and it would be the perfect way to change it all today. We cannot be thinking about that. We need to be thinking United 3 points because we are being cut adrift. Like, we can't even move up the table today. Even if we beat Manchester City and go 5 points behind them, yes, 5 points behind them, we cannot move from 13th place. We cannot think about where we are in the league either. 13th place counts for nothing right now. When you look at the teams in front of us, and the point gap is minimal. Like, seriously minimal. Manchester United with a win today, and then moving on to other games that we've got. We've got a little bit of a break. Obviously, City's the hardest one we've got now, going through all the way up until the 5th of January. When we play Liverpool at Anfield. In between that, we've got Spurs in the week. Obviously tough, but Carabao Cup. And you're looking at the likes of Bournemouth, Newcastle, Wolves. All of these games that are coming up now. If United can beat City, then going a little bit of a run going into that Liverpool game, the whole outlook of this season looks completely different. So when you put that together, the fact that it's a Manchester derby, Ruben Amorim's first Manchester derby, the form that City are in, what's happening with them right now, everything rolled into one. How important this day is, it's massive. It's absolutely huge. And we're all hoping and praying that this Man United side just turns up. Please just have that game that we know you can all have, and have it today. And hopefully Ruben Amorim finds the key to something else today. He's found certain aspects of United's squad and team that work. He's worked out different sections that do work together. We haven't got the full picture altogether yet, but still, if we do turn up today, he will find something within a tough game performance, as in playing one of the big teams, the top 6, the so-called top 6, and getting something out of it, a positive win. Then he can pick up on something from that and work with that again. And that's again, it's all building towards the future. But this rot, no matter what it is, there's no excuse to give Ruben Amorim, and he knows it himself, and he's not shying away from it, from what he said. Look, we cannot be thinking about this is another game, like it's not a free hit. So you're looking to certain games, new manager in, only in a few games. Still, we've got this mess around with the squad and everything like that. We can't be thinking that way. We have to be going into this game to win it. We have to be going into this game thinking that we are going to turn City over. We've done it before. The last 2 games against Manchester City have been a win and a draw at Wembley for Manchester United. We need to be thinking confidently that we can actually beat this side. And them sides that we faced in them games were a lot stronger than what we are going to face today because of City's problems that they've got and all of the injury issues and the form that they're actually in. So United should be going into this game today fearless. and going at it, believing that they can beat Manchester City. I think we can beat Manchester City. I've already said it at the start of the show, 1-2. That's the scoreline today for me. 2-1 United win, and I think United will take a massive leap forward if that happens. Now, if we don't, obviously, then we're looking at the doom and gloom side of the table. And look, I still feel like we can go on a run, even if we don't get a positive result today. I'm still confident, but this means so much, and this will, I feel, convince a lot more supporters and a lot more of the United fan base that under Ruben Amorim we are moving forward and we're moving at a faster rate. We can get into that top four. We can challenge for it. You look like Liverpool dropping points at home. Arsenal again. Like Spurs, you don't know what's coming. Newcastle are hot and cold. Villa got beat having led at Nottingham Forest. Forest fourth in the league. If we can't think that we can get to where Forest are, then what's the point in being? What is the point in being at all? Like, United need to be aiming for where Forest are. And if we, as a club, be like, that's too much, and the fans feel like we are just still scratching the surface of to moving forward, and we can't take this big leap, then we're never going to win games like today. We're never going to be able to move forward. And it needs to happen. The mentality change needs to come, and it needs to come now for United. We need to be thinking that this is going to be it. We need to be thinking that this is a game that is just another one on a list of games that we're going to win going forward. Beat Spurs on Thursday, then beat Bournemouth. If we have backed up today, if we get the win today with 2 wins this week against Spurs and Bournemouth, United are moving and people are recognising that things are happening at the football club. We then move into the January transfer window and you never know. Things could change, things could happen, and the big impact that Ineos wanted to make might actually be there for us all to see. But look, they're my opening statements. They're my opening thoughts on it. I want your live comments. This is a show for the fans and all United fans. There probably will be some opposition fans in there as well. There always are, aren't they? But get your thoughts in. Let me know how you're feeling about the game today. I want all opinions in there. What the scoreline's going to be. Who is going to play a big part. Who are you looking out for? Who are the important players from both sides? Get into the comments, please. I'm going to get into there now and read out a few. Luke is in. It says, Adam, I've already asked the Father Christmas to win against City and Spurs, so it's going to happen. That's it. Are you on the good list or the naughty list though, Luke? Honestly, it all depends. If you're on the right side, that's what it's all about. Those players had let us down far too many times, mate, says Skoda. They have. Can they turn it around the other way? It is possible. We can do it. Jan is in the house as well. Good to have you back in, Jan. I hope you're doing well. Thought you guys had season tickets. Yes, we do have season tickets, but that doesn't mean you get away games. You just get conned by Manchester United. So no, we are not going to the game today. Don't forget, it is full on watch along time. Later on, you can see the link is in the live chat right now, everybody. If you want to come and join us later for the game, it starts at about 4 o'clock. And we were doing a full build-up, call-ins, people calling in, having their say before the game. It is all happening. The link is there, completely free. Make sure you get on it and let us know what your feelings are ahead of the game. But more importantly, right now, let's see. If West Ham win and we don't, we drop down to 14th. There's the first negative, Nancy and JT. I get it, it's real, and we have to deal with it, mate. I know. And that is a realistic look on things. It's painful knowing that we could beat City and go 5 behind them and not move from 13th in the league. That alone is depressing right now. And it shows you how poor a start Manchester United have actually had this season. It really is embarrassing where we're actually at. And what mountain we have got to climb. But it is just in position, not in points. We're still not a million miles away. But we will be a million miles away if we don't rectify the issue that I've just talked about then, which is beating one of these top 6 sides. You have to beat City. You have to beat the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Arsenals. We cannot keep falling down and falling short in these games. If you're going to claw your way back up to challenging up there and amongst it, even if you have to drop down a little bit and say, if you want to be in that top 6 now, you still got to beat the top 6 sides. It's the only way you get in there. And there are opportunities. Like, you look at the amount of teams that have dropped points in front of us. If we do manage to beat City today, that will be what? In front of us right now who have dropped points this weekend, Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, City themselves. There's 4 teams already that this weekend alone we've pulled points back on. Everybody's got to play everybody. We've seen Villa going at it with Forest. Forest won't come out on the other end of the right result in times going forward. They got it yesterday. Well done to them. But it just drops Villa back down. And the next thing will happen with Nottingham Forest as well. Take care of yourselves first. Make sure that you've got everything right in your own world, or make sure you're just managing your own shit perfectly, and let everyone else just steal points off each other all the way through, and then we can go from there. And do you know what? I feel like today could be that momentum changer for United. I feel like the reaction on Thursday is going to put us in good stead. Like the mood change that seemed to happen, and the way that Amorim was talking after the game, what happened with Ahmad and Højlund, and just that whole sort of like togetherness factor and everything that can build, or momentum-wise can build from a positive finish to a game, because we were down and out. We were finished and it looked like we were going over the edge again into the realms of the unknown, and like, are we ever going to see these players actually turn up? And they did, with substitutions from Amorim, turn it around in the latter stages. And that's the biggest positive you take from it, I feel. That's the ultimate positive that you have to take from it. And I just want it to carry on today. Like, just use any element of that positive vibe that you've got from midweek going into the game today. And let's get into it, actually. Let's get into it. A couple more opinions. Gear says, United will be active in January. Can't afford not to support the new manager. The leadership knows this. Vival working 24/7. JT says, my opinion is it's going to be a out equal game. Probably the ball-fest from both sides. Probably a low-scoring game. City probably favourites because they are at home. No idea of the score. I get that. I expect it to be tight as well. I expect it to be nervous. I think both sides will be a bit jittery early doors, and I think it will be a feeling out sort of factor. It's like the opening round of a heavyweight clash, unless it's Dubois. Just feeling, sending out the jab, just testing out what your opponent's all about. And I think the game will start to warm up a little bit. May need a little incident, actually, just to kickstart it today. This Man City team is going to be fired up today. They're a cornered animal at the moment and will come out fighting. That's what I fear as well. Step Davies says, for me, Mount has to start instantly from kickoff, deserves a chance. Yep, Ian White says, I know City are bad at the moment, but can I ask where the confidence is coming from? What have you seen from United that gives you any kind of confidence for today? Well, the reaction from the players that came off the bench. And they're the ones that I hope Amorim would see are the ones that should be starting today. If you add into the fact that Agate didn't play in that game and is coming in fresh, you have got Mount, Højlund and Ahmad probably playing in the front three if we're going off the leaks. Then that's a completely different dynamic. We haven't got Rashford mopes in. We haven't got Xerxes trampoline touch. We've got a striker who is in form with 5 in 4 starts. We've got Ahmad with 8 assists in 8 games. We've got Mason Mount who's willing to prove a point, and his movement has proved Amorim's system works better with him in that front three. Backed up by Bruno, his creation is important and his energy in that midfield alongside Agate. Mazraoui looking likely to be on the left-hand side of that wing-back situation and midfield/defence. And then you've got a defence which I think is working well. Harry Maguire in there, I don't know. Would Joe have been better? I don't know. Honestly, I look at that and go, either way, I can't really. So there's where my confidence is coming from. But in the actual team itself and how United move on into shape and what actually happens in this game, if we are looking at the league team, the so-called league team, and everything that came out earlier on this morning, late last night, from Samuel Luckhurst, the team will be Onana, Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui and Dalot as wing-backs, Bruno and Agate in the middle, with the front three of Ahmad, Mount and Rasmus Højlund. So that team, where does that team actually beat Manchester City? Well, City are going to give us chances. Our best striker at the moment and most clinical striker is Rasmus Højlund. He's there at least to take them chances. He's started to adapt his game and play as a proper number 9. Being in the box, being in for crosses. Mazraoui and the quality he's got. I've got no drama at all in him playing out there. The energy he's got, the professionalism. I love the fact that we actually are going to see him as a wing-back today as well, rather than a centre-back, because I feel like when it's need be, he has got that know-how to get back and help them centre-backs as well, particularly with Haaland. So he will tuck in as well as an extra centre-back as well in that back five situation. I think Dalot will be the one that ultimately stays further forward because I don't think defensively he is as good. So I think the back five with the wing-backs will change with Dalot possibly moving into a 4-3-3 formation. Out of possession, United will go 5. But I think if there are extra midfielders to deal with, Dalot will be the one that tucks in field. So 4 at the back with Mazraoui and the 3 centre-backs. And then you'll have another 3. Dalot probably tucking in just in case. If City try to go wide, we've got the adaptability in the wing-backs to just push out as well. And then doubling up with a centre-back and a wing-back. And then 1 extra man covering in the middle. And Agate also making it difficult. With a target man in Rasmus. With the quality of Ahmad, Bruno and Mason Mount. And the quality interchange between them and chances that they can create. That's what we didn't have in this fixture last season. We had bleeding Marcus Rashford isolated on his own because we had no Rasmus Højlund. And we just couldn't get out. And we just surrendered possession to City. I think there's no chance that City get that 65% plus possession off us again today. I think it'll be similar to what happened at Arsenal. I think it'll be quite... I think City will win the possession. That's their game. But it'll be a lot closer than what it has been in recent years, I feel. So that's how I see United combating City. But again... the confidence for me comes in that front 3. And I feel like Bruno's in form. That's debatable for a lot of people. I know, I get it. I just feel like he has got that creative spark in him. Mount, his movement, Rasmus, 6-yard box, centre forward right now. And then you've got Ahmad, who we all know is beating everybody at the moment. And he will cause problems for Man City. He will cause big problems for them. So really, realistically, that's how I look at it. I feel like there is a massive opportunity for United against City today. I don't think it'll be back to the wall full on counter-attack. There'll be moments when we're deep, when we're tight, we're not giving anything away. But I think United will be a bit more adventurous in the game today. And I think the players that are playing are fully understanding and are the players that have improved under Amorim, I feel, more than any other. The only debatable one I've got within that side right now, who I don't think belongs there, but we haven't got anyone else, is Diogo Dalot. I don't think his performances have been anywhere near good enough, but I feel like he is in there because he's got the energy. He can get up and down that line. He can come in and cover around that central area as well if needed and definitely help out defensively. He is an outlet. If he can get his final product, look, nothing's working for him at the moment, but in terms of everyone else that's available, you could have Anthony on that side or you could have Dalot. Which would you prefer? At the moment, you know what I mean? Like, Anthony's a shout. I think Anthony was disappointed he hasn't managed to squeeze in at least at a wing-back position, but I feel defensive discipline is probably key today, and that's why Dalot gets the nod. I think that makes sense in how I see this game panning out, and that's how I hope Manchester United will adapt this system and formation to in-game management, if that makes sense again. In terms of Dalot needs to be switched on. Bruno knows what he's doing. The other players up top know what they're doing. Mazraoui not got an issue. Maguire no issue. I think De Ligt and Martinez have been outstanding together as well. Like Martinez a bit off it. And I just don't think the aerial threat's there like Arsenal had. Or Forest, in fact. Don't get me wrong. You've got Diaz in there who can cause problems. Haaland in there who's great in the air as well. Honestly, past that, I'm not too much more concerned about heading ability within that City side. So with Maguire, De Ligt, you've got in there as well. You've got decent defenders there, I feel. I've got enough to handle City. And of course, like Andre Onana, he needs to have the ultimate game again today. Again, I say, because he's been poor recently. And there has been moments when he has been on top of things. No stupid mistakes. No needless passes. His distribution has to be so much better. We can ill afford to be giving away needless passes and possession to Manchester City today. Everything needs to be on point. Everything needs to be fully regimented, just like no nonsense and no messing. Don't take risks. It's not a game to take risks in. You can be brave, and you're going to have to be brave, but there are moments when your football IQ needs to take over and you need to make the right decision as a goalkeeper. You see more than anyone else on that pitch. Andre Onana today needs to see the situations which are developing because City will press aggressively and high on us, and they are going to get success. They do against everybody. We need to minimalise all of our mistakes today and we will have a chance. City will prey on Man United nerves and Man United mistakes at the back. I think in possession, I don't think City open us up. I think winning the ball back high is where City win this game, and that's how they will approach it. They know how Ruben Amorim wants to play. They know he will want possession deep and try and build from the back. They will try and press us. How brave are United going to be? That's the question. Ruben Amorim himself talks about it in the press conference after the Forest game. We know we're going to lose the ball in possession. We need to be prepared for the second phase, which is what he has been on most in his press conferences and covering up issues that we've had when we've lost possession like we did against Forest. But we should never concede still from Bruno's mistake. We shouldn't be allowing 6'5" centre-backs to have a run-up on our centre-back Martinez, who's not 6 foot. You're never going to get the better of that situation. And I think little tweaks here and there, he would have learnt a lot over the last couple of games. And I think it's a simple message. He always tries to keep it simple. He says this himself. Simple message to United is minimise the errors. Just take them out of the game as much as you can. Let's play some basic standard football and let City get nervous, because they will. That crowd, as up for it as they will be because it's the derby, and they'll be thinking they're going to do the same thing to United again. Their minds now are starting to feel like, oh, what if we don't go in front like we usually do against United? Are this team confident enough to actually do what they used to do in the derby? Or are we going to see what's happened over the last month and a half where they've got 1 win in 10 and they're conceding goals left, right and centre? That will be at the back of their minds. Look, it doesn't matter what anybody says. I've listened to Kevin De Bruyne today saying form goes out the window. Yeah, you know it goes out the window, and you're praying that that is what actually happens today, because you're shit at the moment, mate. And that's all they're saying. Like, you never would have heard Pep Guardiola players talking about form going out of the window. Like, they are drilled and they know exactly what they're doing. But at the moment, there is a cut-off. There is a mist. There's a gap between Pep and that team. And it's quite clear for everybody to see. If United bide their time and just don't make a mistake and don't give anything to City, then we win this game. We do. I think we're in the better position right now. Our forward line is working better, I feel. You only have to look at City's goals being dried up as well. Haaland isn't scoring right now because he's not getting the creation. The midfield is suffering big time, and they haven't got that stability at the back. So their minds are thinking what's happening behind rather than what's going forward. And once that creeps into your game, you know it as United fans, because you've seen it with United players. You start to worry about what's behind you more than what you're actually going to do yourself going forward. And I think that is, that for me is how Manchester United can take advantage of City's situation right now. Of course, we have our game plan. Of course, we've got to do our job. But if you was to ask me how I see us beating the City that have been over the last few weeks, it's that. If you don't gift them anything, I don't think they will create much. They will have the possession, but they're easy to read at the moment. They're not as quick on the ball. The players aren't as good as what they used to be. They haven't replaced anybody, and their killer instinct has gone. So that's how we beat them today, I feel. Would I take a draw now, says Stephanie. Would I take a draw now? No, I want to win. I actually want to win. I wouldn't take a draw right now. I don't think it helps us. Yeah, it stops us in the losing run, but United need to be getting more points on the board. I would rather lose this game trying to win it in the end and then win the next two. Do you know what I mean? That's how I would want it to happen. I want we need to pick up points. We need to pick up points. And rather than being unbeaten, I would rather us get more wins and get more points. That's how you're going to get up that table. Not in playing out draws. We can't afford any more draws, to be honest. My starting 11 would be Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Amad Diallo, Agate, Mainu, Bruno, Mount, Højlund, says Starlord. I think that's what a lot of people expected with Mainu to come in, but we'll see if this league team has got any legs. Obviously, around about 2 hours before kickoff, we're going to start finding out. Don't forget, please make sure you give the video a like, guys. We're low on them at the moment, so give the video a thumbs up. If you do give the video a like, United will win the game today. Make sure you have subscribed as well. We only just passed over 66,000 last night, so thank you everybody and everyone who was in on the morning video. We was talking about them leaks this morning, so if you haven't caught up with that after this video is finished, please do jump across to that one as well and give me your thoughts on that. Get in the comments there on that video. Let's get into the comment section now. Well, we're live. Samuel Sky says, I thought Onana was going to be the best goalie this season. I thought he was. After what I watched, I thought he turned the corner. Still never been impressed with his distribution, and I have made that point. He still gives me, he puts the fear of death in me every time he's got the ball at his feet. And I think he will keep on doing that. And I think a decision needs to be made off that. We talked last night about John Victor from Brazil, the Brazilian goalkeeper coming in possibly for United to give him a bit of competition. Adam could treasure a point today. I'm going for the victory. Come on, United. No, I'm not UK Strains. I'm not treasuring a point today. A point does us nothing. Nothing at all. Let's see. I wouldn't take a point now. Everyone can beat everyone, so let's go for it. Can. I agree with Gray there. This is exactly where we're at right now. We're going to have to do some risky things. The storm is coming, as Ruben Amorim says. I'm prepared, and I feel like I'm going to be sat here. I'm all calm now. I've built myself up nicely to this. We're going to go out and get some pre-match drinks after this show, get myself settled and ready, but I'm going to be going off my rocker on the watch-along later. I know I am. I know what it's like. I know what Derby Day does to me. I'm just hope that these players can just turn up. If they do, then we will beat City today. Obviously, that's easy for me to say, and that's a given every single game. But you know what I mean by that. If they believe in themselves today and feel like they can beat City, they will. And I'm saying that because City would normally always have a chance against every team, but their nerves are shattered. If United believe in themselves, they will beat this City side today because they are low right now. I don't care what City fan says what or what player comes out and says it. You know that they are suffering right now, City. Adam, you may say United should be fearless. I think there's more chance you turn up showing the usual clueless attitude. Sorry, mate. Don't worry about it, Grant. I'm still confident that they can turn up. I believe in Ruben Amorim. Andrew Short says, Samuel, neither do I, but our midfield has been so weak in the past. I am not surprised Amorim has done this. Let's hope it is not at the cost of our defence. Let's just see. Who do you think leaked the team yesterday? Toxic says Western. Is that Trigave or something like that? I think it's pronounced. Honestly, I don't know. I just want United to deal with that situation. Simple as. Don't make mistakes. We've made mistakes in every game. We're 13th for a reason, Adam. Listen to what I say, though, Jay. Limit the mistakes, I said. We're going to make mistakes, but don't gift them anything. Do you know what I mean? Don't gift them a mistake in like Bruno did against Forest and then Onana gifting them the goal when he should have saved it. Mistakes are going to happen. Minimalise them and we will win. So, yes, that's it. Sim says, I lost you there for a minute. I can't wait till they start leaking the subs bench. We need to win. City are weakest they've been in years. Yep, I agree with that one, Dark Mima. Not Super Chat, sorry. Gifted membership from London. Sunil, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you, London. Legend, matey. Legend. Let's start getting some scores in the chat as well, everyone. Red Devils TV, Super Chat. Big up, ads. 2-1 United today. I'm with it, mate. I'm with it. Let's have it. If the two wing-backs aren't switched on tracking back, that's a lot of space for Haaland to operate in. I think they will be, though. I think they will be absolutely on it in terms of defensive discipline today. I think Amorim will be absolutely in their heads. I think, like I said, he's kicking every ball on the sideline with him. I'm sure he will be bellowing orders out to both wing-backs today as to making sure that they're switched on constantly, because it is going to be a difficult day for United no matter what. I'm confident we can get through, but I'm not expecting this to be a cakewalk. I'm expecting a very nervous afternoon, as it always is. To be honest, that's not just in Manchester derbies, is it? That's in every bleeding game that United go into. I just don't know what's going to happen. And ultimately, it does come down to these players actually believing in themselves again, like I said, and thinking that they can do what the manager is saying. They have to, because they're going to be out of the door, aren't they, if they don't now? And this is what we said before in the difference that this season should bring to this team. Right now, cling on to this moment, because you're not going to get many more of them. And these are the games that people will look back on. These are the games that Ineos, the hierarchy, the recruitment team, Ruben Amorim and his staff will look back on and go, that day there against the best opposition in a difficult environment, They will remember things like that and know that they can work from that. So if any Man United player is thinking that he's safe, he's stupid. Hopefully they've realised that. And, of course, if they want to stay at Manchester United, then they need to be proving that they are worth it. In games like this today, and the biggest stage, this is what it is all about. You have to be 100%. Look, be brave, but don't be stupid. I think that's the message I would be. That's the message I would be giving my players going out in the derby today. 100%. That is how I would look at it. Western says 3-2 to United. Almost pronounced my name right. Trigev. I'm guessing. I'm sorry. It's Norwegian. Right. I got you. Up the Reds. Love that. Come on, mate. Let's have it. Michael Ravel says, important day for our midfield. Dominate midfield. United win. Never a truer word said. 100% right on that one, Michael. It is where City have lost their games recently and where they have been dominated. If you're still in the game and you're still competitive with City, then they've run out of ideas now. They're easy to read. Tiki-taka, keep hold of the ball all of the time, only works to a certain degree these days now. And I feel like United, if they're switched on, can take advantage of City, even in possession. Let them pass themselves to sleep. As long as our structure and our shape is right, City will struggle against us today. It's going to be tough today, 13th in the league currently, and if we lose, the gap will get bigger. We are 4 points behind Everton. We're 4 points in front of Everton. It's an embarrassment and not far from relegation. Look, a win changes all of that outlook today. It really does. Anana, no mistakes today, please. No, United forever. I'm with you on that. I think I just talked about that a minute ago. Like, please don't, Anana. Not today. It's not a day to be doing stupid Anana things today. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be tough. Oh, sorry, I've just read that one out. Joe says, I'm hoping it's going to be a 2-1 win to United, but it depends on the goalkeeper and who starts for me. Everyone knows the goalkeeper. Let's get some score predictions in, everybody, into the chats, please. I want to know how you're feeling. Give me a score prediction. Give me a goal scorer. Let me know who you think is going to stand out today in this United side. Of course, I'll be doing this all on Big Up later on as well from 4. So if you want to have your say, come and join us there. Completely free. The link is in the live chat right now. Of course, me and Jay will be back after the game as well. Around about the 6:30, 6:45, 6:45 time, we're going to be doing the breakdown show as well, going over everything that has happened. So make sure that you're there for that one. That's going to be fun, especially if we win. God, yes. I'm going to be absolutely buzzing for that one. 3-0 Haaland hat-trick, says Super Fat Frank. Thanks for that, mate. 2-0 United win. 4-2 today to United, says UK Strains. I don't have my heart to be able to take that. United Forever's gone 2-0 United with Rasmus double again. All day. I'll have that one. 1-0 United. Mount scores, says JT. I like it. Do your watch-alongs on YouTube. Then I can watch. No, you can watch on Big Up as well, mate. It's simple. The link is right there. It's free. Just come across there, buddy. Because that way, I've got other tools I can use that I cannot use on YouTube that I will be using over there. And there is more to come on that as well. Take a 1-1 draw right now. No, I wouldn't. Definitely not, Neville. I want the win today. Gray, 2-1 to United. 1-1. 16-0 to United, says DB. Hard to see United clean sheet, so I'm going to go for 2-1. 2-1 seems to be a very popular scoreline. Even Peter's come in with that as well at the bottom there. Luke Casey has gone. We just need to stay focused. We have conceded too many goals from the start of both halves. Agreed, and it's a big bugbear of mine, mate. It really is. It is going to be. It's going to be one of them. Just like I said it at the start. You should be switched on at the start of the game. You should be switched on at the start of the second half. This is where United have fallen down. Momentum has been lost continuously at the starts of halves. Nearly every single game we've lost. Like, you look at the Forest game, concede early doors, concede early in the second half. It takes everything away. They're battling back to getting back to 1-1, going in at half time, reassessing, then going into the second half and trying to get everything in place to get back into it and win it, and you just blow it instantly with a stupid mistake early doors. and then it ends up being too much, and you can't turn it around. Tragev says Hoyland with 2 goals, Bruno with 1 on a free kick. He-boy from the same country as me puts 2, unfortunately. It's 2, unfortunately, which I hate, by the way. I'm not sure what that meant. There's a couple of typos in there, mate. Sort of got the general gist of it. Adam, Manchester is red today, tomorrow, and forever. No matter what the score is, it's always red, mate. You're dead right about that, buddy. Mashup is going for an exciting 0-0. And you know what? There is that to it, isn't there? Like, both teams just completely cancelling each other out, and it just being this horrible stalemate game. I think that's what the fear is for everybody. And you know what? Everyone, if we do draw the game, will go, including myself probably, I'll end up saying, look, like, we didn't lose at least, and we've stopped the rot when it comes to games against Manchester City. We can all say that at least, can't we? But still, I look at it and go, right now I want to win. I feel we can win, but a draw at the end of the day, I know what my tune will be like afterwards. If we get the draw, I think I'll be disappointed, but not completely downbeat, because it's a tough old game. No matter what you look at, no matter how you look at City, I think ultimately their day-to-day is dependent on their big players. Will Phil Foden turn up? That's what you've got to look at. Will their defence be able to handle Manchester United's forward line? We have to think that way, don't we? And hopefully we will get the better of them. Hopefully United, like the comments have said, are switched on. We don't give anything stupid away. Set pieces, please don't concede another goal from a set piece, because City have got a good record against us from set pieces as well. And we could ill afford just gifting them anything from a set piece. It would be criminal after what we have witnessed over the last couple of games. The amount of carnage every time an opposition has a set piece against us. We cannot be letting that happen. Not today. If they're going to get anything, they're going to have to earn it, Man City. 100% going to have to earn it. So just be solid. That's it. I want to hear the Man City locals comment again after Adam every time the cameras go to the crowd. Yeah, I cannot wait. Like, City tears today would be unbelievable. They really would. I cannot wait to start hearing the excuses come out if United win today. That would be massive. It would, wouldn't it? Look, please give the video a like, everybody. Make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV as well. We are on the road to 70k. Let's get over that 150 live like mark. This is your warm-up show, everybody, ahead of the game. We are going to wrap things up there. That is us all done. There's nothing else left to be said. I've gone through everything in both shows today. All that's left now is for United to give us the performance, give us something positive to talk about after the game, and let's hope that we are talking in that positive tone and the Reds do come forward. Manchester is red. Come on, United. Let's do this. Let's get the win today and let's start bouncing back up. This would be huge for Manchester United and Ruben Amorim today if we got the win. Well, that is it. That is your show, your warm-up. I'll see you all over on Big Up. The link is in the live chat, also in the description as well, everybody. If you're catching up later, come and join us there. It's completely free. You can have a call in, come in and have a chat with me. We do everything on Big Up there on the watch along side of things. So make sure you're there at 4 o'clock. I'll see you all there. Come on, United. Let's have it today. Everyone, I will see you all later on. Time for a drink, I think. I need to go and get myself